Welcome back, YouTube fam. It's your boy Y, and in this video I want to just go over just quickly my experience with the Dji Mic Mini 2s. Now, I never tested out the Mic Minis, so I can't tell you how those were long term versus the Mic Mini 2s, because I didn't care for the minis. Since I had already had the Dji Mic 2s, I was already on those ones, so I didn't feel a need to get the Mic Minis. But this year I wanted to get the Mic Mini 2s. Here's why. Because when you have these, it comes with different faceplates. Obviously, you have to buy the faceplates. If you buy the two transmitters and the receiver, like the whole combo, then you get the faceplates with it. Which, matter of fact, let me show you. Hold on one moment, let me grab it. All right, so this is the faceplates that comes with it. They have an artist style, which is like 4 faceplates, but those are like 60 bucks and you have to get those on Amazon. So it has the different rainbow of colors. Obviously these 2 silver ones were the ones that were originally on these. So technically this orange and this blue is supposed to be on here. And that's the faceplates. It's super simple. Again, with your nail, you can just take it straight off. You don't have to scratch it, by the way. Just get right under it. Boom, it comes off because these 2 are magnets, and then you just put it right back on. Super simple. And magnets are good, it's not gonna fall off. And what I love about the case, although the case is smaller than my previous, like Dji Mic 2s, for example, the compactness really helps when you're putting it in your bag. So I took these with me overseas when I recently did a trip, and these worked out very good, actually. It fit well into my luggage, so it didn't add extra bulk. And having all my stuff inside of it, the magnets, the cable, the wind guards, even these, like everything fit into like one cohesive unit, it definitely was nice. Now I will say something about the case. As you can see here, they're not actually like, I'll say these like micro scratches, or not even really scratches. Oh yeah, I guess they're scratches. But this is just for moving around in my bag. So I will say the case is like not scratch proof, but definitely it's scratch ready. It's the best way I can say it. You put this in your bag with anything else and it rubs against it, you're gonna see some of these like micro scratches or whatever you would call them all throughout the case. And that's the only thing I don't like. This was just a simple, nothing was really in my bag that could really scratch against. Even some soft stuff was in there, so it didn't like nick it. For example, it didn't add like dents or anything to it, but these micro scratches you can see in the light is very annoying. So I hope with their next style, the case can stay the same because I love the aesthetic of the case, but I just wish it was like more scratch resistant. Overall, my experience has been with these, just like with every DJI. I will say these ones sound nice. One thing about when it comes to like DJI is very good at making their overall sound with their mics, like I'll say controlled. And that's the best way I could describe it, because when you compare these to like the Hollylands, as I've stated before, Hollylands are like built to be loud, at least from my opinion. They can be very loud, and that's a good thing. But when you connect them, like for example, when I do the mixer, you saw the videos when I connected to the mixer. In the real environment, when I use the Hollylands as like a professional mic or someone like presenting something, the pitch, it tend to be loud. So I have to be very careful with like the high, mids, and lows, or the overall volume. I have to tweak it a little bit. Compared to these ones, the Hollylands obviously is better if you're looking for like overall sound, but just keep in mind there is that caveat, you have to mess with the high, mids, and lows if you're connecting it to a mixer. Outside of that, they're gonna work just fine if you're not connecting it to a mixer, obviously. But these ones, I didn't have to do any adjusting for the high, mids, and lows. I only had to adjust the volume. And that is a good thing, but it also may be slightly poor depending on how you look at it. So the fact I didn't have to adjust the high, mids, and lows was good. I just have to adjust the volume. But when you connect these to a mixer, these are naturally like pretty low. And I don't think that's necessarily a poor thing. I guess I take that back. I think that's a safe thing, because these are naturally like safe sounding. So they're not meant to be like over peaking or super loud unless you want to turn up the volume, which you can do obviously here in a real environment, or if you connect them to the mixer, just turn up the volume. So overall, I love DJI with their mics. I have always been a huge fan because their mics, they always give a stable sound. Hollyland is more of like loud and punchy. This one is more of like stable. So stable and secure. So that's my experience as far as sound wise. As far as like, you know, just playing with the mics itself, it is really creative to bring it out, right? And you're like, you know what, maybe I don't want to do on like blue, right? Maybe I want to do a different color. Then I could just easily go here, pull it out, take this off, put the other one right on, boom. And now I have this color. Or maybe I'm like, you know what, I don't want to do this color. I want to keep mine as blue. Do it that way. So it is really nice. I love when companies start getting creative, and this is, I believe, the first time DJI did get creative with these, which made me buy them. Now, obviously, I got these ones before I got the newer Insta Air Pros. I kind of like the Insta Air Pros better. Actually, I like them a lot. And it's not just because of sound. So right now, what you're listening to is actually the Insta Air Pros. But what I like about the Air Pros versus these ones is I can, you know, that e-ink display. You can't beat that. I don't know why I love that so much. Like, let me show you. So again, this is the case for, and I just like the case too. It doesn't look like if I put it in a bag, it's gonna scratch up. I didn't take this one with me, I should have. I like the fit. One thing I like about these better than like these, as you see, it has a little symbol. That's just me putting the e-ink display on here. And before I thought these were like touch buttons here, it just tells you that power button and recorder, but I go over it in another video. Overall, the size is bigger. The sound is pretty good. As you can hear now, you know, obviously I'm in like my living room, so it's like echo bouncing everywhere. But overall, the sound is really nice on these as well. And for these ones, let me put these back in the case. For these ones here, these are good too. However, because they're small, you may be prone to forget them. So just be careful with that. It's not a bad thing. It's just something to look out to because they're small. I do like how the clip here, you can turn the clip however feels more convenient to you. Now, one thing that I didn't like about the Insta Air Pros is it was hard just to get the clip off. So that's why I'm not using the clip. I just use the magnet. But here, you can use this clip. You can take the clip off, boom, completely. You have a magnet right here, a magnet square. So it's really however you would like to wear it. Totally up to you. Again, regular aesthetics, buttons on the side. I like how it has gray, and I really love the transparent. This is more of like a translucent than more of like transparent. But I do like how DJI I love transparent things. I don't know why. That's what I like about these a lot. The face plates, the sound. Overall, this is a good buy. Now, I say that to say this. You will not be able to buy these in the US. I had to buy them from eBay. And I was not happy that we couldn't get a release out here, but you know, stuff happens. Now with the Insta Air Pros, those can be purchased out here. As you can see, even the new Insta Air, the Luna Ultra, that basically battles the DJI Pockets, that one, you can buy that in the States, inside the store. The Pocket 4 that just came out for DJI, you can't buy that in the States either. So there's big issues going on with the US and DJI where they're just not selling their products out here like that anymore. So again, if you're looking for this, you'll have to go to eBay or some third-party website. It's unfortunate, but you gotta do what you gotta do. But again, this is my like long-term review. Again, these sound nice and they clip on nice. Again, the sound is very, very stable compared to like the Hollylands. Hollylands are a little louder. If you saw my last video, I would say go back and look at my last video. I compared the sound with those ones with actually, I believe, the Insta Air Pros. So you can kind of hear the difference when you look at the Insta Air Pro video. I disconnected too because I was using this one originally. So again, these are nice. My recommendation, if you have the mic 1s, should you go to the mic 2s? If you like customization and you want to be able to customize it to your own liking with these faceplates, go to the mic 2. If you don't care for that, maybe stay with the Mic Mini 1s. If you have the Dji Mic 2, should you go to these? If you want something more compact, a smaller case, and customization, go to the Mic Minis 2s. If you like what you have already with the Dji Mic 2s, because that's already transparent, these are like more like translucent, then just stay with the Mic 2s. If you have the Mic 3s, which is the exact same size as these, and that's the reason why I did not get the Mic 3s. If you have the Mic 3s, no, you don't need to go to this one unless you just really want to get customization. But the Mic 3s is supposed to be the top tier because it was the newest one. So that's my overall opinion. You don't have to listen to that, but that's just my opinion. But again, overall, I think these are good. These are really nice. The case is very compact. I love that you can fit everything on the inside, including the mics, the magnets, even the cable in the air, the windbreak, the wind muffs, even the adapter to plug into your phone or to a camera. Then you just close it and boom. So you can take everything with you. I love that a lot actually. And I think more companies are leaning around that. Same thing with here with the Insta Air Pros. It has the mics. I can't put a cable in here, but I can put everything else in here. So that's one thing that probably needs improvement compared to the Mic Minis. That's not a deal breaker for me though, because as long as it's Type C, so as long as you see a Type C here, I'm gonna be good. And that's the same thing for here. As long as you see a Type C, everyone has Type C cables these days. But all right, YouTube, I tried to keep it as short as possible, but this was just my long-term review on the Dji Mic Mini 2s. If you have any questions, drop them down below. And if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, join the family, and I'll see you next time. Peace. Sorry, I was just moving around and putting everything away, so the audio is a little different because I took out my mics. But one thing I forgot to mention, these are able to, so when you have these ones here, just throw this in here before I let you go. You have these in here. With the main body, you are able to adjust like the highs, depending on this little turn dial here. So that was the difference between this one and, for example, the Mic 2s. You don't have a screen here. So if you like a screen on yours as well, if you want to be able to see the screen of you adjusting it, then that may also be a deal breaker to these ones. I just thought I'd mention that because some people may be more interested in seeing actual touchscreen. For like customization wise, like when you're messing with like the sound, I believe you can mess with these with the DJI Memo app. So the DJI Memo app. You would need to connect these through the DJI Memo app, and then you're able to mess with the volume there, but only when you have it connected to your phone. So again, only when you have it connected to your phone. If you have it connected to the camera, you adjust it according to the camera and according to here, obviously. If you have this connected to maybe one of your pockets, you could adjust the sound through the pocket. But if you have it connected to your phone, the DJI Memo app is what you want to go to. All right, thought I'd mention that. All right, peace again.